بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب زدني علما.
Now, another thing, one of the main thing here is writing the emails. So, a part of the documentation, email etiquettes, what you have to do. So, professional email communication is very important because every engineer must know how to write an email very clear in a more professional way. At the same time, very easy to understand emails. Okay. So, your emails, in other words, your emails basically represents not just they basically represents you, the entire organization, or even it shows your technical competence. Okay, so the first thing is when you're writing the emails must be crystal clear subject lines. Now this is very important here. Whenever you're writing the email, it should be very clear subject. Like if you are, like, this is one example. Okay, so where you're writing the project name and the status and probably the date instead of just writing a simple update or status. Now you have to write these details very clearly. You cannot use a simple update or information kind of subject headings. So when you're writing this proper clear way, this will easily help any client or the managers to quickly find your email easily, because there are many emails per day goes on and it becomes very difficult for anyone to simply search email based on that. So always include the project name. So what we need to do, we need to include the name of the project and then the topic, whatever the topic, and probably the date is something recommended to add. Now, the second thing, business language standards. Now, when you're writing these business language standards, you need to make sure that you need to eliminate these emojis or any kind of, abbreviation. These things you have to remove. Shortcuts, you generally write FIY, something like that. Short forms, or generally write something like please, or, CHK check, or something like ASAP, as soon as possible. So don't use those short forms. Use simple, polite, and complete sentences. Okay, and make sure that always you check the spellings. That is another thing. And of course, with the AI tools like ChatGPT, we can actually overcome those things. I'll show you how you can do that later on. Now, the other thing, we need to make sure that professional greetings and closings are also important. So always you have to start with dear team or some kind of good morning kind of messages. And when you're closing, make sure that you also add these regards or best regards. It has to end with this. So start with this and regards, and then following your details, like what is your name, position, those kind of details to be added. Okay. Now the other thing, standard bullet points. Always use the bullet points or the numbering when you're writing this, when you're listing specific updates. This way, the anyone who is reading the email, it will make him very clear or easy to read or easy to scan the information, especially the daily reports. Okay, so let's take an example. You have writing configure the VLAN 20. So I'm not writing the entire configure the VLAN 20 on the site A. The second thing, I verified the DHCP lease and connected a switch uplink. And you can write the third thing like pending. There is a pending like user VLAN test is pending with the client. So write them in the points or the emails. That is another thing you have to maintain. So these are some of the email etiquettes you need to know. And this is one sample email structure, what it looks like. Now, as you can see here, the subject is very clear. If you see the subject, even if it is a continuation email, you can just add a subject with an underline to just add in the beginning. The subject clearly says the project name, the type, and the date. And then You can see it starts with the opening and the ending. Also this actually comes in next line. Actually, this comes one line after other. So it ends with regards and with the name and details of the engineer, and then also it has the points, which is basically going to tell that these are the activities which has been done. So you can just add any of this. So actually this has to come in the next line. You can just change as needed. So this example basically shows you that the activity is completed. If you see the section 1, it shows you that the activity is completed, clearly mentions what has been done. This will show you the progress, and then as you can see, the successfully configured the app gate connector at the site A, something like that. Okay, so now any pending items, again it shows you that this is pending or the progress or waiting for the others or other details. Like here again I'm saying specifically that awaiting for the details from the security team. And why it is pending? Because the user VPN testing with Active Directory integration, this is pending because I'm waiting for the details. And the next action again states that what is expected to be done. And here specifically we can say like uh, the team is going to share the DHCP pool by the end of the day. Okay, it is expected by the end of the day. And this will have a clear accountability and avoids any confusion. Okay, so you always mention the time expected, the timeline, and this way it's very clear to uh, keep a timeline. Again, the closing, this comes in the next line, actually, 3 lines. In the closing, use a polite and the professional closing like regards and the network engineer name. Now, this will again help the clients to have internet, helps the client as well as the internal team to know exactly who wrote this update, because sometimes it becomes difficult for it to understand who actually sent the email, because there is an email chain which you generally follow. Okay, so basically here what you have to do is you can write some sample email, something like this, as a task.